Download the AllStar app. Make your picks for UFC fights, challenge your friends, level up and win prizes. Link in description. Get it now.
All right, Dan. We always have to start off with something stupid. So,
Let's get straight into it.
okay. You watched the opening ceremonies for the Paris Olympics? Did you watch that?
For the Olympics.
Yeah,
Nah, I didn't see. I didn't see. I just saw everyone having a bloody cry about it. But nah, I didn't watch it, mate. They're just trying to make it a little bit bloody diverse. I seen one fella's ball bags fell out of his pants, but I don't know what the big deal is.
that's the best part.
I don't think your kids. I don't think your kid's gonna see like an accident. Like a guy, fella's balls fall out of his pants. It's not like your kid sitting watching the TV and goes, "Oh, pair of ball bags. Oh, I think I'm gay now." Like, brother, that's not how it works. You need to dial it down a bit, boys. It was a wardrobe malfunction, and we'll just reel it
There you
in.
go. I think
People were just
overreacting
people were just very easy. People were just very easily
for sure,
triggered.
man. For sure, a lot of times, man. You've triggered a lot of people over the years, so there's a lot of evidence of that.
Well, that's all Rusky having a big cry about it. I was like, mate, your whole country got banned from the Olympics. That's rich.
True. Yeah. Yeah. Islam was. Yeah. He was a. I don't. Would they ever go back to Russia for the Olympics? I don't think that will ever happen again.
Fuck no, the whole country got banned. That's a pot calling the kettle black.
That is definitely. Well, let's get to you, man, and your future. UFC 305 Perth. You'll be back in front of an Anzac crowd. When was the last time you fought on home turf?
Felder,
Oh, that's
2021.
right. That's right.
Yeah, boy, been a while.
And what do you remember? What like has was there anything that like the fans don't know about that fight that you could maybe reveal?
That's I think that's the benefit of being myself, brother. Is I don't generally have a great filter. So I feel like I feel like if something would have happened, I feel like I would have told everyone by now. But no, it's like, oh, I shared the whole experience, man. Like, yeah, I'll tell everyone everything.
Back to back wins, man. It's been a while since you've been on a winning streak. Does the momentum really impact a fighter, you think?
Um, it impacts what happens after you fight. It impacts like what you get next. Like, yeah, like obviously, like the last win streak was, yeah, like leading up to that folder, like like COVID was after that. And yeah, like it was just the risk I knew I was taking, it being the most active international fighter during COVID, is that you're not getting to train the way that these other guys are getting to train, and then you're expecting like a mixed bag from that. But am I gonna get? I'm gonna get criticized for going out there and wanting to fight, but like going out of my way to fight. You know what I mean? Like it kind of is what it is. But you've seen the results kind of change since that. Since then, gym's open. I'm back training with the best gym and the best team and the best coaches in the world, and we're back on a win streak. Like surprise, surprise. Like that's what I knew would happen.
And before you got the Gamrot fight booked, you stood your ground because they were throwing all these options at you, and you're just like swatting them away like flies and shit, right? But then you finally got the top five fighter that you wanted.
But it's not even. It's not even like swatting them out. I just like it. They're like had it. It's like an idea. It's not like these fights are getting offered to me. It's not like they were like, "Do you want to?" Like, it's not like these are. They're just like the ideas that they were throwing out, and it's like, no, I don't want to go to France and fight a guy I never heard of. No, I don't want to sit around and miss this opportunity and wait for a guy that's just been starched twice in a row. Like, I want to fight on this day. I'll give me the best guy that puts his name up for, whether he's ranked, unranked. And yeah, look at what we get now, brother. Now I get the nice little sexy little number next to his name, number 5 next to his name. Good fight. And I can't wait.
So Gamrot, man, what do you think of him? What do you think of the guy?
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, he's good. Yeah, he can grapple and do all of that stuff. And It's things like that. But I can't wait to get in there. I can't wait to. These are yeah. That's the funny part. Is like oh, generally like I win a lot of fights that people think I'm gonna lose, and then I lose fights people think I'm gonna win. Like because that when everyone thinks you're gonna get your ass kicked or the guy's like really good, I wake up. You know what I mean? I dance when I hear music. I'm not gonna. That's where I do my best work. Is when everyone counts me out is when I do my best work. So I'm excited for it. I'm excited. Yeah, to get back in the mix, to get back in the top five, to get back in title contention is just yeah one take the next step.
All right. One other thing, heading into this fight is that this fight is the last fight on your current contract, right? And we just saw Mohamed Makaev fight out his contract, and Dana White said that he will be a good addition to the PFL. Man, how savage is Dana White to respond like that to a fighter that's 7-0? He's only 23 years old.
Oh, boy, they're just sending a message, brother. They're just saying, just because you win fights doesn't mean that it's like guaranteed. You know, just because you win, just because you escape, like just because you get a hand raised and you're undefeated doesn't mean that you get. Yeah, it's just the UFC fucking doing a little flex, brother. That's what they like to do. How do you think they get? How do you think they? How do you think they get away with it by fucking being the nicest guys in the world?
Nah, that's not happening. But what about you? What about you? Like, everybody talks about, oh, this is my last fight on the contract. I got this pressure and all this shit. Like, do you have that? Do you feel that anyway?
Feel pressure, mate. I'm a degenerate gambling cage fighter. I can turn. I can not give a fuck about that 10 times out of 10, brother. That will not stress me out. Let's just say of all the stresses in my life, that is one of the most least stressful things going on.
For sure. Now, back to Gamrot. He's a smart fighter. I think we've talked about him in the past, and a lot of people say, that he's a guy that knows how to fight. Actually, he knows how to win fights without actually fighting. What do you think of that opinion? I think you said that.
Yeah, that's. I think that's a direct quote from myself. Uh, yeah, like that's the way I look at the guy. It's not like he gets out there and he just fucking bashes guys and mauls them up and shit. Um, and gets like big finishes and stuff like that. Yeah, like he's good. Like don't get me wrong, but he's like it's a sport. It's a sport to him. It's a sport to him. It's not a sport to me. It's a fucking fight.
And Gamrot's a gambler, or not gambler. Fuck, we're thinking of gambling all the time. He's a grappler.
He's a gambler.
He is definitely a
Let's
gambler.
fucking put some money on it then, son. Let's put some money on the fight.
But he's a
A grappler.
grappler, right? And obviously he's gonna want to grapple
Gambler.
you. You got one of the best wrestling coaches in the world in Andre at CKB. How has it been working with him this camp?
Yeah. Like actually being able to work with your coaches is fucking incredible. The last grappler I fought, I was training in my garage at home and I made the decision to stop. We didn't do a single session of jujitsu, mate, because we kept flying into the walls and putting fucking holes in my walls, or crashing into the washing machine. And so we made this decision to just stop grappling and we just hit pads and go running. So that's what I did for majority of the Islam training camp was not doing any jujitsu. So yeah, it's been fucking incredible being able to actually work with the best coaches in the world. I feel very confident.
And you got a lot of guys fighting around the same time as well. Like you got Aaron, you got Cam, you got Navo on top of the guys already in the UFC like Kai and Izzy. Who has been helping you like more, preparing for this fight.
Out of that lot,
Well, you got a bunch of training partners. I'm just saying those are some of the names working.
yeah, not a single one. Fucking half of them. I'm gonna spar bloody Navajo, fucking 6'4", 100 fucking kilos. Punch my head off. Stay away from him. Yeah, me and Aaron like a little bit, do a little bit of work. But no, I got like I'm in the middle team. All right, there's the big team, there's the middle team, and then there's the little team, and then I'm in the middle team. So I've got yeah some free Morgan. He's black belt. He's a Congracie black belt. I've been working with him. Kieran Joblin, obviously you know Kieran, who's had fucking the most fights out of anyone. And then the new fella, Brody Maoki. I've been working with him as well. He's a good hungry young kid. So the three of them have all morphed together and they've morphed themselves into Gamrot. And yeah, I'm getting some really good work. That's like the benefit of being a city is that you have like the deepest amount of talent and the deepest amount of training partners anywhere. So we have been able to pick out a few guys with a very similar skill set to Gamrot, and yeah, I'm getting some real good work.
And the boys that are coming up, like Aaron, obviously, and Cam and Navajo. How are they looking from what you've seen ahead of their Contender Series fights?
Yeah, they're all fit. They're all fit. They're all good to go. Like everyone's just feeding off each other, man. It's like they're all feeding off the energy from Perth, and then when we get that done, it's like we'll just straight away lock into these Contender Series fights. I'll probably come over for Aaron's fight to Vegas. So yeah, get the ball rolling. Like we've been pretty quiet there at City Kickboxing. Like pretty much just Carlos has been the only guy that's knocked the fight out of the way, and then yeah, it's been pretty quiet. So to get once this UFC Perth card kicked off and all the boys got back in the gym, everyone else is feeding off their energy, and now we're just chomping at the bit.
And Kai, man, he's been out for a long time. I believe he had some kind of concussion issues. How is he from what you've seen?
Yeah, good as gold. Well, yeah, that's the thing
Mhm.
when you get a concussion and you go speak to a concussion specialist, they're obviously going to tell you to stop getting hit in the head. It's not great for you. They're gonna there's not a concussion specialist in the world that thinks that this is a good idea, my friend.
How how many concussion specialists have you seen? Have you seen any ever?
Yeah. No.
Okay.
I have indeed. They called me a complete enigma.
What? Why? Why
Nah. It's just like, bro, it is what it is. What it is.
yeah,
I talked to this concussion specialist, and they were like, "Are you good at anything else?" And I was like, "Nah."
that was the end of the meeting.
Yeah, I was like, "Nah." Like, I've kind of, I've kind of painted myself into a bit of a corner here. But nah, like, yeah, it's like obviously I joke, but it's like something that's you
Mm.
take very, very seriously. So obviously, Kai just had to take some time away, make sure he's 100%. Um, yeah, that's what you should do with concussion. Like,
Mm.
go away, make sure you're 100% before you get back to just completely destroying your body again.
And how's the arm, man? Like hitting with the arm back, like full force, sparring 100%. How has it been?
Yeah, good. It's just like the start of the first one was just like a bit of the shit show. Like I had after the turn off, I had surgery in the in the States, and then they cut the bloody cast off like way till like the next day after that, and then chucked me on a plane and I come home. So it was like just too much like movement too soon. And then yeah, the bone kind of never fused or was never even gonna fuse. And so I knew it wasn't great leading into that Bobby fight. And but yeah, I thought I could beat Bobby Green with one arm, so I was like, I'll sort it out after the fight. And then yeah, it just lightning struck and it didn't come together and it didn't happen. So yeah, to be able to look, I took the gamble, I took the risk, it didn't pay off. So blessing in disguise, I had a good amount of time off in the gym, a good amount of time off from getting hit in the head, and I feel fresh and good and excited to get back in there.
What can we expect in this fight? What do you think? What do you envision fights ahead of them, or are you just that type that
Movement.
are just like, hey, let it happen?
This is going to be the most exciting fight Gamrot's ever been in. Let me just say that. It's not going to be because of him. It's going to be because they locked him in a cage with me.
Nice. And Dustin Poirier rematch, has that ship sailed? Do you think?
Oh, mate, that fella's got more dollars than cents, my friend. Yeah, like that's a fella that's like I'm not gonna go even speculate. That's a guy
Mhm.
that's it's up to him whatever he wants to do. Obviously I'd fight him, but if there's a guy that said that he's like thinking about walking away from the sport, then that's probably not a great fight for him. Like you don't want to go through that again for. Like obviously I want it back. Obviously I want to run that back. That was like yeah. We've seen how I do when I am able to train, and we've seen how I do when I'm not able to train. It's not rocket science.
For sure. And this fight with Gamrot, he's number 5, which means you beat him. That opens up so much for you. Even a title shot, that could be a possibility. And it looks like Islam's gonna fight Arman, which two guys you're not really friendly with, so to say. What do you think of that fight?
Yeah. Well, that first fight was pretty close. Not friendly with, but that's bullshit. That's not like real beef. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's just this bullshit UFC beef. It's like Twitter beef. It's not like real life. It's not like a real life problem. Like if I had a real life problem with someone, it'll be a different story.
Yeah, then you got guys just even in the last event in what is it, in Manchester, you had dudes like fighting in the hotel, sucker punching each other and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah, then go have a fucking staring contest. Like the fight was shit. Like you blows my mind, brother. It's like to be held back, and then when you're actually allowed to fight each other, you don't actually fight. It's like fucking bullshit.
yeah, fuck. Man, August 17th, UFC 305, Perth, number 5 versus number 10. It's gonna be crazy. Thank you, Dan.
Woo! Too easy, brother.